The Ag Minute on This Week in Louisiana Agriculture is brought to you by your Louisiana propane dealers. Fuel for our future.
Thank you for staying with us as we remember This Week in Louisiana Agriculture host Michael Danna. What you're about to see is an interview that we've never shown between Mike Danna and the man who hired him back in 1985, former Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation Information Director, Regnal Wallace. Let me set the stage for you first. Kristen Oakes, AJ Sabine, and I shot this interview on November 20th of last year. Mike had just finished his second-to-last chemotherapy session in his battle against leukemia the day before this interview. I know Mike felt horrible, sick to his stomach, tired, and still facing one more round of chemo the very next day. However, it speaks to not only his dedication to his job at the Farm Bureau, but the level of respect Mike had for those like Reg, who not only helped him along his path, but became another friend in his life. The whole interview with Reg lasted nearly half an hour. We'll post that online. But here it is, just a portion of that final interview between Mike and one of his mentors, Regnal Wallace.
Today is Thursday, November 20th, 2014, and we are interviewing former Director of Public Relations, Regnal Wallace. And, well, Reg, I have to start by saying that it is a pleasure to have you on the program again, and I want to start by talking about your 80th birthday. On November 5th of this year, you turned 80. You were born November 5th, 1934, height of the Great Depression, and you grew up during not only the Depression, but the early war years. What was it like working on a farm as a young man in Crowville, Louisiana in the early to mid-1940s?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it was hard work back in those days. You know, agriculture has changed a lot since the 1940s. The technology was just evolving back then. A few people had tractors, but a lot of them farmed with livestock. You know.
Well, today, This Week in Louisiana Agriculture is broadcast on 18 statewide affiliates and nationally through RFD in Nashville. 400,000 viewers a week watch that show. Did you ever think that This Week in Louisiana Agriculture would not only be a statewide phenomenon, but we get emails from viewers all over the country every week? Does that surprise you?
I did, yeah, it did. I never dreamed that big. Mike Danna had to dream that big and set that up, you know. Well, I never dreamed it would be. Well,
we stood on your shoulders, that's for sure.
Still to come on this special edition of TWILA, remembering Michael Danna, some parting words from Neil Melanson, and the moments that still make us smile.